Hi guys and welcome to episode 5 of jCraft. Yeah, I made sure I counted this time. Today I've got a lot that I want to do, but I don't really truly have any plans. So I've got a bunch of dye in my inventory, and I'm starting out to see if I can make a bunch of concrete. And I want to make a bunch of concrete because as soon as I updated this map, I had a real itching to actually start updating the map a lot more than this, and I want to start building up some of the roadways around here. Not for anything specific, I just really think it's time to start making this map look a little bit more lively, and I'd like to figure out where I could put that road, and I'm not too sure about that. I could very easily just go right through here and start it off easy, but I'm not sure if that's truly where I want the road to go, because a bridge could look good. A slope could look good, but I don't want to connect anything up to the back of my house. So I'm still a little bit concerned as to what I should do. I was going to originally put a road behind the blast chamber, but I'm not quite sure. So we're going to make a bunch of concrete first to see if we can get a little bit of decision making made, and then see what this map's going to start looking like, because in order for me to make the next few machines I want to make, I really need to have a bit of roadway planned out, because I don't want to just start placing things and not being happy with the location. But that looks awesome. I love it. But I really don't like the sea lanterns. I did these in the last episode near the end, and I'm just not in love with them at all, and I want to get a roadway build that's not... Well, I'm not sure I'll be able to light up everything, but I want to try and do some mob proofing, because just having a lot of creepers spawn at night when I forget to sleep is starting to become a real pain. On top of that, I'd really like the pillagers to stop spawning, so if that might stop them, I'd like to try that. So, yeah, I think we're going to try and get some roads built and see where that goes. So I'm out here trying to get some renovations done to my base, and there was just a thunderstorm that passed, and I don't know if you guys can see it. Right there. There's a skeleton horse trap that spawned at my base. Now these things aren't that big of a deal, but they are rare, and I really wanted to record this in here because what comes next is just awful. I want to keep all the skeletons, but I don't want to kill the horses. So I want to try and keep all the horses in one piece. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3. Alright, we've got 4 skeleton horses in our base. I have no idea why I even kept them, but maybe we could do something with them. I don't know. This is awesome. I love these little things. So I've spent some time building up this roadway, and I'm really starting to like the way this is looking out on the map, but the map really doesn't do it justice. This is just... it's just amazing. Now, it's a very simple design with this roadway, so it's not too advanced. It feels really modern, and I kind of like that feel. There's nothing really to it, but it's starting to light up the base at night a little bit better than this. So I'm not sure I'm going to be able to 100% mob proof my base at all. So I'm gonna have to come up with a way to protect myself at the inside of this, and then figure out what I'm gonna do with the rest of this to light up the spaces in between. And I think what I'm gonna do is, as I build my farms and stuff, and my buildings and everything, much like this breeder, I think I'm gonna spend the time to light up the outside of it enough to where I can put a road right next to it, or stack the next building next to it, and kind of start making this look like a city. Now I've got a little bit of a project I need to do, and I need some materials, so I've got some spare pickaxes and shulker boxes on me, and I'm about to go clear out the nether for some netherrack, because I need a few boxes of netherrack, and I've got just enough pickaxes, I think, to take care of this just right. I probably want to grab a couple more, but I don't think I have any more spare. So I'm going to have to make do with this and see what happens, because after that I've got to get a bunch of nether wart. And I think that should be it for the mesa build. The mesa build is actually really far from here. It's past spawn, which means it's past Jay's base, and it's out at 10,000, 12,000, and it's got every single mesa biome in one. And when I mean that, I mean it's got every single modification to the biome: the weathered, the sandy beaches, the badlands, like all of it. It's all there, and it's just so big that the building we're about to make takes up a lot of room, and it's going to be able to store up a lot of our terracotta. So I think we should get started with that, and I need to get to the nether to do so. So let's jump over to the nether. I was going to use Jay's portal to go to the nether, but it looks like he's up to something. Like, his entire base is gone. Like, his storage system is completely gone, and this is all that remains. I have no idea what he's doing here. It's a mess. I think I found a good spot to start with this that's not far from the spawn point of our nether hub on the bottom side of the nether. And I think this is going to be a good spot to start putting down some chests and getting started with this, so let's get on with that. So I wanted to start another project today, and I worked pretty tirelessly on this design here, and it's got multiple features to it. But ideally, it's a cart storage system for the mesa. I've ended up looking for a mesa, and I think I found a good location, but I want to make sure I have the tech I'm going to use first ready. So the original design was to have a cart loading system, much like this, end up sending carts out to this. So you'll have your terracotta sorted out like so, and I believe there's these 6 colors: brown, yellow, orange, red, light gray, and white, that are the only colors you can find, as well as regular hard terracotta. And I think this one has more abundance in the biome. I can't remember. It's been a really long time since I dug in a mesa, which is why I'm out looking for one, because I want some of these blocks to build with, but I really just want to kind of stock up on these. So I want to be able to have a storage system that can handle that. Since I only have about 5 shulker boxes, I decided to do this. Now, what you would do with this system is that you would have all your terracotta flow into here, and then your excess would... This is actually the input, so this is where you'd actually put them. So you throw your terracotta up in here. And this is going to start getting filled up, and I think at item 46 it's going to get sent out. It's going to activate this tripwire, and it's going to send out a new cart. I think. There it goes. Now, while this system isn't really that bad, it's pretty wide on the side, and I don't like that much, so I figured it'd be a little bit easier if I could make that less. So the item lock here is 57. What that means is that before the cart comes back from 46, it goes to 57, which is 11 items, and this side I think is 55. I think it's 55. Where'd it go? Right here. So this is the second part of the machine. So this would probably sit on top, or it could or couldn't sit on top, depending. I could send this through. I could do a whole lot with this, but the system works pretty well. So this is a similar version of that loading system over there. It's just a lot taller because I wanted to stack the design. I still ended up using 4 hoppers. I managed to get rid of 2, which that makes me happy. I wanted to save some hoppers. So if we did the same thing over here, and we just throw some terracotta in here, and we were magically full on terracotta out of nowhere. I think that comes back at 55. And so this design is a lot quicker on the return, and interestingly enough, you can actually send carts through this. I didn't know that worked. But since it does, I'm going to take full advantage of the idea that that works and use it to my advantage. So the idea is that you throw all your terracotta up in here. It would get sorted out, and you'll hear the ticking when stuff does and stops sorting. I wanted that noise there. I'm not entirely sure why, but that just makes me a little bit happier having some noise in this machine. And in order for this to work, this has to reach signal strength 3, much like a sorter. The only difference is that you typically see an item sorter at 41 rather than 46, because 46 is what actually activates it. So really you'd see this, and then as soon as you add a single item, that reaches 46, which is what activates this same comparator down here. So then it's going to update this observer, which is actually in a monostable right here, and then it's going to send this card out. It's going to hit this detector rail, which is going to hit this dispense. Oh, what other items in there? Oh, that's interesting. I should probably be where. Okay, that's a new development. New development. Should probably be a little bit careful about that. I didn't actually know I'd have items flow through here. That could lead to problems if I don't catch that. So, and then the items are actually going to, or the cards are actually going to go over here. Awesomely enough, I actually have the ability to get all of them to come out like this, and they're all going to end up flowing this way down here. That was a bit too fast, but no matter which side hits first, they're all going to orientate this way. I just had to have this extra rail right here just to make sure everything does go that way. In case it gets jammed, it can go back and forth. So the idea here is that once it leaves here, it will go to this piston. This piston will realize that something's there. So if we have a full cart of regular terracotta, we flick the switch. It's going to get stopped right here by that hopper. And well, that actually happened a little bit too fast for my liking. Let's try that again. So the system's going to take a single item out of this cart. As you can see here, there's a single item out of this cart. And then it's going to send it down to pick up that item. And now it's reunified with it almost immediately. But as you can see, there's actually full stacks in all of this. Now, if I were to use something like white terracotta, that'll work just fine. And I send this out, it's actually going to take longer to get it off of this track here. So there's 63 right here. It's going to take longer to get it off that track just due to the time it has to travel in the hopper. And then there it is. And it's reunified with this item. So I wanted to create this because I don't have a whole lot of shulker boxes, as I just previously mentioned. And I love having rail storage systems. So this is a pretty simple system. I'm not happy with how bulky it is, but it does work. And the timing is a little strange. The footprint's kind of big. I want to see if I can kind of rearrange this, but this is where I'm at with this right now. I'm not going to give any further updates until I build this in survival, because if I change it any further from here, it's going to work just the same. But this is at a finished stage where it's able to be implemented into a final product. And all we're going to do is we're going to actually unite the three of these designs. So there's the water stream, there's the loading system, and then there's the sorting system for the carts. I could easily just throw these carts into a dropping silo system, but I don't really find any interest with that, because I'd like to know what I've got and where it's at, so that I could easily just detect and then just move a cart out when I needed one. Could probably just do something like that. And then there I've got a cart. And then I got a whole shulker box worth of terracotta, like that. I've got to figure out what else I'm going to do with this, because just in case this gets filled, I mean, there's a lot of terracotta. I have no idea what I'm going to do if this overflows. So I'm going to get to making this into an actual building, because the mesa I have found, I hope it's really, really big, and I think it is. It's going to take a lot of time to clear that thing out, and I'm really only after the hard, not the hard clay, the actual raw, undyed terracotta. So we're going to see what happens with that, and we're going to start working on getting this building into something just a little bit prettier, because right now this thing just looks disgusting. It's just, it just doesn't look good at all. So I've been doing a lot of creative testing lately, and I wanted to change tactics a little bit. So while I've been in creative, seriously, guys, I wanted to change up my tactics a little bit, and I did some end busting while I was doing some creative testing. So if I got bored of creative testing, I would go end bust, and I would stay in the end for the last 24 hours or so. I was in the end, and I ended up getting some of these resources right here. Really happy with the gold. Didn't expect to get 16 blocks of gold. It's definitely not a gold farm, but I mean the diamonds are pretty nice. This is my last run minus the iron of what I got, and I really like this. I'm really satisfied with that outcome. This time I didn't really grab much of the gear. I didn't really have much need for the gear. I don't remember if I think it's in one of these chests. But, oh yeah, so here's all the gear I grabbed. I'm mostly stocking the horse armor, but I did manage to find some really good boots. I grabbed these for the Frostwalker. I don't know why I grabbed the pants, but then there's two of these Sharpness 3 swords, which means I can get a Sharpness 4, but I'm probably just going to end up getting rid of those. And then I found that, which, that's pretty cool. And the pickaxes are all Silk Touch, except that one, I guess. But the best part, I've got some spare elytra now, is the shulker shells. So I've got a lot of shulker shells now, and I'm really happy with this because I've been needing to do that for a while. And with the upcoming Mesa project, I really kind of want to have some spare boxes because I'm going to need a lot of resources to be able to even go out there and build. Uh, there's a lot that's going to go into this machine that I finally got completed, but I'm having a hard time figuring out where to put it and how to lay it out. So I think it's time I figured that out. So I've smelted up all the items I need for this, and I put them in my ender chest all nice and tucked away. So we've got a full shulker box of nether bricks and a full shulker box of red nether bricks. We made use of Jay's wart farm. I'm not sure it's something I'd rather use in the future. It's really slow, but for his brewing needs, the farm does its justice. But for me, I'm going to be using red nether bricks more. At least I plan to, and we might be on the verge of needing to plan for a wart farm. But in my inventory, you'll notice I've got a lot of cactus. I've got 10 colors I need to create for the circuitry and decoration of this build. The most notable of this is going to be the black. All of this, I need all 10 colors of this, but I'm getting really tired of making it as I need it. So I think it's about time I used the sand and stuff I have downstairs to actually make this stuff in bulk. And I think I have about 10 shulker boxes left, so it's time I actually started making that into a lot of color and started using that color for good. So we're going to start making, I've got 3 of the dyes here, and I'm about to make the cyan and the green in just a moment. I probably need to go get some corn flour. I've only got the handful, it's right here. And then I just need to get the rest of them. So I'm going to get these dyes made, get them blasted up in the chamber, and then hopefully I can start getting the circuitry built into this place. During the middle of getting ready for this Mesa project, it seems that the server automatically updated to 1.16.1. We had the restarts scheduled for Monday morning, so it is now 12:30 my time in the afternoon. So it means that this server updated in the middle of the night for me, and with that update, replay mod is not currently available, so I'm not sure I'll have any more of these time lapses until the next episode at least. It looks like it could be a week or two before replay mod is actually out, which means that it's going to be really hard to show you guys what I'm about to build. But in any case, I've gotten some of these materials ready, and I want to show you guys where I'm at with this, because it's pretty insane where I'm at with the amount of resources that this build is going to take. In my ender chest I've got, let's see, so the first, okay, so we got another brick still and our red nether bricks, and then we have our shulker box of quartz for the materials. We don't need an entire shulker box, but I'm going to separate stuff to make it easier to identify what I have where. And then we've got 3 different types of concrete in every one of these except the black. I think there's only one color in here besides the black. And then we've got our 8 stacks of end rods and our orange concrete, and we're about to have our redstone supplies ready for this. And it looks like it's not going to be that expensive on the redstone side. I was actually expecting it to feel and look a lot more expensive than it really is. So I'm glad that this isn't as expensive as I thought. But we're almost done with this, and we're about to get ready to head off to the Mesa project and get started with it. So I originally wanted to get this done, but without replay mod, I'm not sure I want to do this really big build in the Mesa. Due to the unnatural nature of the way the update came with the server, I think I want to take full advantage of the fact that I can go netherite digging. I'm not going to record much of that. I'm probably going to end up just showing you guys what happens. I'm going to use beds to explode the nether. Basically, if you put a bed in the nether and you right click it, it'll explode. And I'm going to see what happens with that because I'm super excited to do some digging. Probably end up losing my stuff in the process, but I'm going to swing by the sheep farm and grab a shulker box full of wool. I'm going to take some of the wood I've got here and just try to get a bit of netherite and see where that goes. So I really hope this works out. About halfway through making this road, and right after that, that's about when the 1.16 update hit, and this third road is now the new road that is built into the landscape. And as you can tell, there's a little bit of performance issues both for me, and there's now performance issues for the server. It seems like 1.16 is really laggy. It's hard to explain why this is, but it seems that there's just a lot of performance hits with this, so it's hard to explain any more of that in depth because it's still unknown what's causing these issues. I'm going to keep track of the bug reports for right now, but I want to make sure that you guys know that it is very difficult right now. There's a significant amount of portal lag, and there seems to be something going on near Jay's hub near the world map, which seems to backlag both me and him quite severely no matter where we are in the world. So if I was at my base and he went through there, it would backlag me for about 10 seconds of gameplay, and we're not sure what's going on here, but we're confident it has to do with the 1.16 update. Now, I did do my netherite dig, and it is not that promising. I spent about 48 beds, and I got 6 debris. And my armor took a massive toll on this. I'm talking halfway destroyed type of damage. Like it was bad. I spent only four of my 9 fire resistance potions, and it's just not worth it. Now, of course, Jay's beat me to a really big technical dig with the ancient debris, but I'm not going to show off what he has yet because he just built it. He's only been using it for a little bit, but he's only been at this thing for 3 hours, I think, 2 maybe, and he's already got 2 stacks of ancient debris. So he's already got 32 ingots worth of netherite. He's definitely way ahead of me in this. And yeah, this is not going to do. This is nothing. Now, I did just build this road out here, and I've been working on a little bit of a project in a copy creative world of this, and it seems like I'm going to plan to start expanding into this area over here. There's definitely a lot of room over here. I'm gonna get rid of this guy real quick because he needs to go. Not seen a new one since this guy managed to get over here, so he needs to go. But I've got a plan right here in this part of the plains. It's kind of a new plains biome, but it's still not. But there's a lot of free space over here. There's a lot of water puddles and everything like that, but I'm going to start renovating this for the 1.16 update. I've got something I'm working on that if I can work out the timing on it, it's going to be awesome. I'm planning to start building out the, I've got 4 machines planned, and they're going to be put right about around here. I've got the crimson trees, the warped trees, a basalt generator, and I can never remember the 4th one. Oh, the fungus and the nylium farm. I'm actually going to be doing something a little bit different with my tree farm. And that is, I'm going to plant my fungus. I'm not going to use some of the mechanics around lately to grow the fungus and then grow the fungus off the nylium. I'm actually going to plant, and I can go into more detail on that in the next episode, but I want to just give you guys a little bit of what's looking forward in the next couple episodes, as well as I definitely plan to get some sort of netherite digging machine ready because I want to get my entire 2 shulker boxes of tools. I think I've got one of them on me. I want a netherite toolbox. So that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you're enjoying the map a little bit. I really hope to get more of this done very, very soon. I'd like to see a very intricate roadway system going through here. It'd be very awesome to see something like that very soon. So I'm going to continue to work on this, and then I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching.